The high was 1129. I have no idea what happened or why. This side you can see yet another exit wound. A lot of unanswered questions. Hello everyone and welcome to the Magnum channel. Today is going to be a part 1 of a part 2 series that I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks or months. And one of my most wildly popular videos of all time was a chronograph test I did on a Buffalo Bore 180 grain 357 Magnum. So today we're going to be doing a follow-up to that, and I'm going to be endeavoring to do the bone test on that same round out of the same gun, a 2 1/4 inch SP 101. So stay tuned. So the round we are testing today is the Buffalo Bore Heavy 357 Magnum Outdoorsman, the 180 grain hard cast, lead flat nose, gas checked. They have it rated at 1400 feet per second. I believe that's probably from a 4-inch barrel, maybe a 6-inch barrel. Today we are testing it in the 2 1/4 inch SP 101, and we're going to shoot 3 shots over the chronograph here and see what we get as an average. And the last time I filmed this, I had a lot of people asking to see the recoil and asking to see further chronograph testing. They wanted to see a 3 to 5 shot average. So we're going to do both today. I've got my SP 101 here and I have my chronograph all set up. We're going to shoot 3 shots over it, including we're going to shoot a 4th shot at our bone, and we'll see how close we are. It's chewing up that bowling pin. The high was 1129, the low was 1105, and the average was 1119. So that's a little bit lower than it was in my previous test, and I'm not sure how to explain that one. That's kind of interesting. So you guys have seen this round before. This is the big old 180 grain hard cast flat nosed bullet, and in my other video I had one, I can put a link to it up here. I had one of these actually pulled out so you could see the whole thing. It's a long, big long bullet for a 357 Magnum. But what we're doing today is the bone test. So we got our bone test set up to here. We are backing a lot of water. Hopefully we won't need all of that, but we'll see how it fares against the bone test and how many jugs we go through. The velocity on that particular shot was 1,086. Well guys, I've done quite a few of these bone tests now, and I've definitely had some interesting results, but this one takes the cake as far as leaving me wondering. I have no idea what happened or why. So the velocity on that shot, my chronograph read 1,024 feet per second, if I'm not mistaken. So it's kind of a big, heavy, slow bullet. Big heavy bullet for caliber, traveling along fairly slowly, not too speedily, and I just expected it to plow through probably 6, 7, or 8 of those jugs, and that is not at all what happened. So this could just be a fluke, but I'll show you guys what happened. So here's jug 1, and you can see jug 1 really opened up, but here's what's weird about jug 1. If you look at it, so here's where we impacted in the center here, and you notice that hole is a lot bigger than it should be. That hole is huge, and it shouldn't really be like that. And we drug in some bone pieces, so that's a factor. Now, if you look towards the back of jug 1, If you look towards the back of jug 1, you can see a clear exit wound, but if you look over there on the side, you can also see another exit wound. And if you look over here on this side, you can see yet another exit wound. So it appears that the front half of the bullet seems to have shattered and left, and the back half plowed. So continuing on, you can see this jug right here has some leaking. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but we had a clean pass through this jug. We had a clean pass through this jug at the back of that one. We had a clean pass into the front of that jug, and then we just put a dent. I don't know if you guys can see it right there at my fingertips. Probably can't see it, but we just put a dent in the back of that jug, kind of lacerated it. So we went through 4 jugs of water and dented it. But when I dumped this one out, and just to prove it to you, I'll dump it here on the table. Okay, there's nothing left in that jug. It's completely empty. Look at this. So this is what I found when I looked into the 4th jug. So you can see our gas check right there, the copper gas check. And you can see the rifling from my barrel. And you can see about, it seems like half the bullet is there. And it is sort of damaged. Let's get another close-up. Quite a bit of damage to that bullet. And the really surprising thing was, so I looked over on the side. If you look over on the side, you can see this jug is also leaking. And when I looked at that jug, there was no exit wound on that jug. And that's where I found this piece right here. So here is part 2. And I'm not sure what part of the bullet. Here's part 2. I'm not sure what part of the bullet that broke off of, but you can see the rifling. So this bullet split apart, and I think based on the first jug, we lost half of it, or not half of it, but we lost another piece coming out this side over here, right there. So in the end, we did penetrate 4 jugs with, I guess what you'd call the base of the bullet. And we almost went into the 5th jug. We punched the back wall of the 4th jug. So that's pretty good on the one hand. We crushed our bone. I can't find the other half of the bone. But on the other hand, this bullet totally broke up. So if you were shooting at a dangerous animal and you hit it in the head, that would be one thing. But if this had hit its shoulder or a rib or something, I'm not too sure what would have happened, to be honest. Well, I don't know about you guys, but that test has left me with a lot of unanswered questions. It's kind of left me scratching my head, wondering what's going on. I don't know why the bullet broke up. I don't know why it was traveling so slowly. I've chronographed that round on 2 separate occasions, at least 2 separate occasions, on camera, maybe even a couple off camera, and it's always come close to 1,200 feet per second. So it was going unusually slow today, and it broke apart. I have seen a cast bullet break before, but not like this. So, you know, that's what the bone test is all about. That's why I do these tests, because it seems like about everybody out there on the internet, a few people use like a rack of ribs or something, but it seems like about everybody out there on the internet kind of excludes major bones. And major bones are just a huge factor in self-defense, in hunting, and all those things. And so I felt that I needed to include that. And to be honest, at first I really didn't want to post this video because I haven't seen that. I didn't feel like it was a good representation. I still don't feel like it's a good representation of buffalo boar, of hard cast lead, of anything like that. But you know, at the end of the day, I have to be honest. This is just what happened. You know, I'm doing an ammo test, and weird things can happen when you're ammo testing. And sometimes bullets do weird things. You know, bullets can have defects just like anything else. And so, you know, it is what it is. What happens, happens. And here we included the major bone. Maybe if I just had gel or just had water, it would have stayed together like everybody expected it to, and just plow. But you know, in this case, that's not what happened. So thanks for watching this video. Check out the link to my Facebook page. I'll be doing another test with a GP100, 4-inch GP100 coming soon. We'll see if it performs any better in that test. Till then, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate the views, subscribers, and catch you guys later.